universal school, participation with Gary Kirsten Cricket Academy and Padel Tennis Federation. இன்னைக்கு நாங்கள் வந்து இந்த ஃபெசிலிட்டியை லான்ச் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். கேரி கர்ஸ்டன் கிரிக்கெட் அகாடமிங்கிறது நம்ம வேர்ல்ட் கப் வின்னிங் கோச் கேரி கர்ஸ்டன் அவரோட தலைமையில் மற்ற கிரிக்கெட் அகாடமி. அவங்க ஏற்கனவே ஃபஸ்ட் ஃபெசிலிட்டி வந்து புனேயில் இருக்குது. இது ரெண்டாவது ஃபெசிலிட்டியாக வந்து சென்னையில் லான்ச் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. இந்த ஃபெசிலிட்டியோட ஓனர் ஆனந்த் மித்தல், இந்தியாவுக்கு அவர் தான் இன்சார்ஜ். அவர் அலாங் வித் இந்தியாவோட ஹெட் கோச் டேன், அதுக்கப்புறம் சென்னையில் இருக்க போகிற ஃபாரின் கோச் ஜான், இவங்களோட இன்றைக்கி நாங்கள் இந்த ஃபெசிலிட்டியை லான்ச் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். டேலண்ட் ஹண்ட் ப்ரோக்ராம் ஒன்று இன்றைக்கி பண்ணியிருக்கோம். அண்டர் 10, அண்டர் 12, அண்டர் 14, அண்டர் 16 இந்த 4 கேட்டகரிஸில் இருக்கிற மெட்ராஸில் இருக்கிற கிரிக்கெட் விளையாடுற டேலண்ட்டுக்கு வந்து ஒரு டேலண்ட் ஹண்ட் ப்ரோக்ராம் பண்ணி அதில் இருக்கிற பெஸ்ட் கிரிக்கெட்டர்ஸ்க்கு ஸ்காலர்ஷிப் ப்ரோக்ராம் எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்காக இந்த ஒரு டேலண்ட் ஹண்ட் ப்ரோக்ராம் பிளான் பண்ணுறோம். இந்த ஸ்காலர்ஷிப் வின் பண்ணுறவங்க எங்கள் கேரி கர்ஸ்டன் கிரிக்கெட் அகாடமியோட கிரிக்கெட் டீமில் மெம்பர் ஆகி அதுக்கப்புறம் மெட்ராஸில் இருக்கிற டோர்னமெண்ட்ஸ்லாம் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணுவாங்கங்கிறதுக்காக தான் இந்த டேலண்ட் ஹண்ட் ப்ரோக்ராம் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் ஆஃப் இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, இந்த கேரி கர்ஸ்டன் கிரிக்கெட் அகாடமியில் 1:10 அப்படிங்கிறது கோச்சிங் ரேஷியோ வச்சுருக்கோம். அதுதான் இம்பார்ட்டண்ட்டான ஃபேக்டர். ஸோ 10 பேருக்கு ஒரு கோச் அப்படிங்கிற போது உங்களுக்கு மோர் அட்டென்ஷன், மோர் ஃபோக்கஸ், அந்த கிட்டோட கிரிக்கெட்டை இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணுறதுக்கான பெட்டர் கான்சன்ட்ரேஷன் கொடுப்பாங்கிறது தான் இதோட அப்ஜெக்டிவ். இந்த கிரிக்கெட் ஃபெசிலிட்டியோட இன்றைக்கி அந்த பேடில் டென்னிஸ் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு புது ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் ஃபெசிலிட்டியும் லான்ச் பண்ணுறோம். பேடில் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து காம்பினேஷன் ஆஃப் ஸ்குவாஷ் அண்ட் டென்னிஸோட இது ஒரு கிளாஸ் கன்ஃபைன்ட் ஏரியாக்குள்ளே இது பேடில் டென்னிஸுங்கிறது ஸ்பெயினில் விளையாடுற ஸ்போர்ட்டு. அது இந்தியாவில் இப்போ இது 3வது ஃபெசிலிட்டியாக இங்கே லான்ச் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. பேடல் ஃபெடரேஷன்லேருந்து இன்றைக்கி வந்து மக்கள் இன்றைக்கி இந்த ஃபெசிலிட்டியை லான்ச் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. இந்த புது ஸ்போர்ட் அப்படிங்கிறதுனால அவேர்னஸ் கம்மி. இனிமேல் இந்த ஸ்போர்ட்டை பாப்புலரைஸ் பண்ணிவிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த ஸ்போர்ட்ஸை டெவலப் பண்ணுறதுக்காக SPR சிட்டின்ற இந்த கமர்ஷியல் இந்த காம்ப்ளெக்ஸில் நாங்கள் வந்து அதை டெவலப் பண்ணுறோம். தேங்க்யூ. நான் தான் ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் ஃபெசிலிட்டி ஹேண்டில் பண்ணுறோம்.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here, everyone, and thank you for the warm introduction. I think whenever you meet Gary, it's always over a cup of coffee. And whenever you leave his presence, no matter what the conversation is, you feel inspired. He finds a way to make you feel good about yourself. And the first time I met him, I walked away thinking I was on top of the world, but I was a naive young coach. And that just showed me that if he can inspire me, some young naive coach, and make me believe that I can go out and do the work that I do, can you imagine how his cricket players must feel? And so delving deep into conversation with him, the philosophy of if you can make him a better human, it's amazing what can translate on the cricket field. And so when it comes to the talent hunt out here, we look at talent differently. It's easy to pick somebody who can bat and bowl and throw a ball, but can they translate that to future success? Right? When we're looking at talent, we're looking at it a little bit deeper than just what's in front of our eyes. And we're trying to look at the whole holistic viewpoint of it. So I've taken that philosophy of Gary and we've built a really strong core coaching team out here who understands how he wants to work. And we go out there on the field and we try and make the kids leave feeling inspired, feeling like they're impressed, feeling like they can actually go out there and make a career out of cricket. And if the kid can leave the cricket field going home and saying, "Mommy, Daddy, I want to come back tomorrow," we're doing our job. Well, I mean, it's all good and well saying we want to create good human beings, but at the end of the day, you know, you play the sport to also win a game as much as you play it to love it. But if we're going to focus on those results, you're actually going to lose why you're playing the sport. If you're results driven, you're always going to be let down. Results driven are external. It's just a win or a loss. So we delve into the process. How do we go about winning? How do we create a professional environment? What does it take for you to go out there and get the result that you want? And then can we refine that process? Can we delve into that process? And as coaches, can we not instruct, not tell them what the process is, but facilitate the player to find his own process, to take his own strengths, and to use his strengths to his advantage and build a process whereby he truly believes in himself that he can go out there and put the performance in. But it all comes back down to the process. And that is where we spend a lot of time out there. And at the core of everything we do is professionalism, right? Gary is cricket first. Cricket has to be put in front of everything, and it's professional in the way you speak, in the way you deal with it. That doesn't mean it can't be fun, and it can't be simple, and it can't be engaging, but it needs to be professional and simple and very specific in the language we use, in the drills we put there. It might look simple from the outside, but there's so much thought that goes into what we do and why we do what we do to get the best out of those kids.
No, not really. I think Dan has said it all. From my perspective, since I joined GKCI, the platform that Daniel and his team has set up in Pune has been incredibly inspirational, and it's been exactly what Gary does and what he preaches every single day. So I'm learning from them every single day. The only thing that I would add that Dan's already said, that Gary's philosophy is, I suppose you could sum it up in 2 words: it's process and facilitation, and that is what we do every single day.
Student will get chosen. It's very much on the day. I mean, if we have 8 kids out there who are unbelievably impressive in the different factors that we will, analyze or look at a kid, then we will happily look at giving 8 scholarships away. So we break up the coaching. If we call it holistic coaching, you're looking at their fundamental movement skills. How do they run and hop and skip? You're looking at their spatial awareness, how they interact with the coach, how they interact with other students. We give them specific tasks in the talent hunt to see if they can problem solve. And then you're moving into the actual skills aspect, where from a technical and a tactical and a fitness point of view, we're assessing, do they have what it takes not only to be good players for us now, but to be good players for India in 10 or 15 years' time. So I hope that sums it up. Is there anything else that you'd like me to add?
So you'll select?
No, so yeah, we will select students from this camp who will get filtered into our wonderful facility over here, and then under Coach Jean and his team, we will nurture the talent here. So we've specifically invited students based out of Chennai itself, and then we will be giving scholarships to the standout scholars of today and inviting them to come and train underneath Jean and his team out here.
So
we started our first talent hunt in 2019.
No, I'm asking about this one.
This one. We started this morning. So we were out on the field at 7 o'clock, and we just finished about half an hour ago, and we'll have day 2 tomorrow.
Okay, for players participate?
I think we have about 240, 250 registered players.
It's 290 registered players.
290.
We're expecting a lot of walk-ins as well.
We'll thank the entire team, each one of you who's present and who's taking part in promoting Padel in India. So, and I'm very fortunate enough that we've associated with Pavit and its team to bring Padel, and Padel is seeing good days in the country. So what Padel is? Padel is a game which is a blend of squash and tennis. In 1969, it started in Mexico. From, as Mr. Ranka was mentioning, that we are creating people to play a game, to win. Yeah, so Padel started with a vision of just playing, just playing under 4 glass walls, trying to curb and probably win over disadvantages of certain games like tennis and squash. So because tennis had a lot of play, so the senior citizens joined in and designed a game to play under glass walls, and that is how Padel was born. So Padel's birth took place as a game, then a play. Basically, a couple of people started playing Padel. It became so popular that it became a game. And now it is an official sport being played in 66 countries across the globe, and soon to be played in Olympics. Padel, as Pavit rightly said, is the fastest growing sport in the world. In India, Padel Tennis Federation, whom we cater to, is an official federation who's taking part of the growth and promotion of Padel in India. So we've started with 3 centers initially, which is Bombay, Pune and Chennai. And we are looking at least 50 cities by end of 2023. So I think once our entire press goes on the field, and I would like each one of you to try what Padel is. So it brings in a lot of sport, it brings in a lot of movement, and it brings in a lot of play, the fun element of the game. So, because the glass is always reflecting the ball. So it moreover works on the reflexes, moreover on the stamina, and it's a beautiful game to play. So I think Padel has also become the second most popular game after football in the entire Europe. That's the pace with which Padel is growing. So I think Padel is doing a great job. We also have our brand ambassadors like Fernando Belagustin. Fernando is one of the players who's, correct me if I'm wrong, 16 times the world champion in Padel and in consecutive years. And he'll be playing the semi-finals this year now. So Padel is on that run. We have an esteemed panel of 12 Spaniards who have joined in with us in our Indian Federation, and we are taking Padel to the next level along with sports enthusiasts like Pavit. So I will ask Ms. Rai to add on to something on how she...
Quick few questions.
Mentioning to me as to how difficult it is to promote a new game. He just asked me how difficult it is. We are running the Gary Kirsten and it's cricket, and cricket is a religion in India. But for you, Padel, a new sport, how challenging it is. So I only answered to him that we do it with the right intention, we do it with the right commitment, and the right people join us. So that is how Padel is growing.
I think the sport is really easy.
It's going, it has a good trajectory. So we were living in India in 2015, me and more Spaniards. So we felt that we can take Padel and we can speak with somebody, because doing business here in India it's very difficult if you don't have a partner. So hopefully we found Bakul. We met 7 years ago, and since then we start to build this amazing project nowadays. So it was a big deal in that time, but now we can say that it's a reality. And he is helping with the country, and we are helping with all the Padel courts, Padel rackets, all the stuff that it's not available here in India.
Talking about Padel rackets, I think we have...
Well, to set up different factories, because as I said, here in India there is no company that it's called Sane. I don't know if everybody seen this before, but the creator of this racket, it's Sane. It's the factory that make this for us.
Okay.
So if you see, for example, Wilson Padel racket, or whatever brand you can see, it comes from this company. So this is the company that created,
Excellent.
and it's our brand. He's joining Padel tennis. Created something more soft to get less injuries, and for that reason. So it's very complicated, because depending on the technique, you need one different size and different walls. So this is a standard one for beginners.
Okay.
But once you get into the match and into the game, you need to experiment with different kind of.
And is the ball...
Ball's configuration is different. The bounce is a little different. So tennis ball and paddle ball, the size is the same. Have associated with the world's best paddle court manufacturer, which is Padel Galaxy, who is putting up a factory along with us in India. We are